He plunged into the freezing current, and when he came back up, what he held in his mouth left us all speechless. The Arkansas River roared under the icy winds of March. People on the bank only caught a glimpse of a gaunt yellow dog leaping into the water, sending white spray into the air. When he returned, his jaws clenched around something tiny, and the moment we saw it clearly, every heart sank. Stay until the end, because no one could have predicted what happened next. Her name was Emily Parker, 29 years old, an animal rescue worker in a small Colorado town. She lived alone in a wooden cabin near the forest. Orphaned young, Emily poured all her love into abandoned animals. She was gentle, petite, with brown hair tied back, and warm eyes, but inside, she carried a silent grief. 2 years ago, her beloved golden retriever had been swept away in a spring flood and never returned. That morning, Emily received a call. There's a dog lying by the riverbank for 3 days straight without eating or drinking. Anyone who gets close, he just keeps staring at the water. When she arrived, there he was, a yellow-coated dog, ribs showing, fur matted, eyes red and fixed on the rushing river. He didn't bark, he didn't growl. He was simply waiting, guarding a secret beneath the cold, swirling current. Emily took slow steps forward, reaching out her hand. The dog backed away slightly, eyes wary. Locals nearby shook their heads. "Don't waste your time. We've all tried. He just won't leave." Emily stood still, puzzled. Why such persistence? And what could possibly be in the water? A thought flickered in her mind, but she couldn't believe it. Emily tried something different. She sat down, didn't touch him,
Max.
just spoke softly.
We'll find Lily.
Within minutes, his ears perked up. He whimpered, then stood. That's when Emily noticed an old silver collar around his neck, engraved with the words, "To Max, from Lily." Her heart tightened. This dog had once belonged to someone, and maybe someone out there still loved him. Suddenly, Max, Emily's temporary name for him, bolted toward the edge, barking sharply before plunging in. Without thinking, Emily kicked off her shoes and followed. The water stabbed like needles. The current was fierce, nearly pulling them under, but Max swam with purpose, diving toward a cluster of rocks midstream. His jaws clamped around something tiny, trembling. Emily grabbed it as they reached the bank and froze. People gasped. In Max's mouth was a golden retriever puppy, barely a few weeks old, fur soaked, eyes shut tight, body limp and icy cold, but faintly breathing. Tears welled up. 3 days earlier, a pack of stray dogs had been swept away by the flood. The mother vanished, and this puppy had been trapped in a rock crevice mid-river. Max had stayed there, guarding the spot, waiting until someone dared to help. As Emily wrapped the puppy in a towel, Max never looked away. An elderly man stepped forward quietly. "That is Daisy's pup, the dog Max grew up with." It turned out Daisy and Max once lived together, but were separated when their owner moved away. Max had recognized the scent of his family and refused to leave until he saved the little one. The puppy was warmed, fed, and soon regained strength. Emily took both of them in temporarily into her small cabin by the woods. On spring mornings, Max and the little one would lie side by side on the porch, bathed in golden light. Emily knew this was the greatest reward for kindness, to be together, safe, and loved. From that day on, whenever Emily passed the Arkansas River, she would stop and look at the glittering surface. She believed that a dog's love and loyalty could be stronger than even the wildest current. That's the end of today's story. But if you think this was the most miraculous tale, you haven't heard about a little dog lost in the forest faces a mountain lion, and what the lion did shocked the entire town. Don't miss the video right next to this one to find out why the whole world cried for that tiny, brave dog. Thank you, and see you in the next story from SoulPaw Stories V.